Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Rick here, and on today's video we're going to talk about early retirement, so stay tuned. Hey guys, so today's video is going to be a little bit different than what we normally talk about. And for those of you that don't know, yeah, I am retired. I retired early. And I guess you could say the definition of early retirement is anything before age 65, you know, when you're fully qualified for Social Security and Medicare. I'm in my mid-50s and just retired about 6 months ago from the military. I did 33 years serving in the Army. Great life for my family and I, but we reached a crossroads in our life to where we had the opportunity to retire. So what I want to talk about today are some of those top 10 surprises of early retirement, and just kind of share with you some of my thoughts on our journey into early retirement. So the first thing that I've noticed since I've been retired is, of course, obviously, I have much more time, much more free time. So that was one of the main drivers of deciding to retire early, was the ability to have freedom to do what I wanted to with my time. Second thing I would say is I get better sleep. And you may wonder why that has to do anything with early retirement, but I will tell you that in retirement there's much less stress than what I had in my previous profession in the military. And that stress, you know, you would, as much as you don't think it impacts you, it really does. It impacts your ability to get restful sleep. And I get much more higher quality sleep now than I did probably over the last 10 years. So that's definitely been a surprise benefit of early retirement. Also, probably the third surprise that I wasn't really expecting or didn't really kind of realize until about 6 months in is I absolutely do not miss that day-to-day work routine of getting up, having to go to meetings, check emails, get phone calls, and those types of things that comes with a day-to-day work schedule. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't still set up a daily routine in retirement. I think that's critical. You have to have a routine, you know, to get up, to get yourself around, and do the things that you need to get done. You just can't just stay in bed or sit on the couch all day. But as far as the work routine, I don't miss that. Again, it was a great career, but it was something that I wanted to move away from, and we were able to do that. The next surprise that I've realized during our time in retirement is how easy it is to lose track of the day of the week. You know, you kind of joke, you know, I've got 6 Saturdays and a Sunday during the week, but that's really the case. I mean, unless I deliberately look at my watch to see what day it is, a lot of times I lose track of the days. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just something that has surprised me because, you know, before, my days and my weeks were driven by my work schedule. I don't have that driver now, so it is a little bit easier to lose track of the day of the week. Probably the fifth thing that has surprised me is the much slower pace of life. I wouldn't have been able to sit down and make YouTube videos in my previous career. I just wouldn't have had the time. This slower pace of life allows me to take time to really enjoy the beautiful fall days. It's October here. We're here in Virginia Beach. If I want to later on today, my wife and I will probably go for a walk out on the beach. But those are the huge benefits that you get with early retirement, and something that really surprised me. Now, not saying that there aren't some days, travel days, those are busy days. You got to get up, you got to pack everything up, hitch up, but those are exciting days. And those faster pace days are something that we look forward to. But once we get settled into a new campsite or new destination, it is much nicer to have a slower pace life to live and more time and freedom to enjoy. talking about more time and freedom, that extra time that I've got now allows me to really enjoy a lot of activities and hobbies that I may not have been able to enjoy in the past. I really enjoy mountain bike riding. I enjoy hiking. We enjoy kayaking, getting out and sightseeing, seeing the local areas that we're visiting. But with that slower pace of life and more time, that allows us the opportunity to really enjoy those hobbies and activities. So again, another great surprise that I've realized with early retirement, and things that sometimes you don't consider when you're making that decision of whether it's time to retire or not. All of those decisions can't just be based on finances. So I would just share that with you, that it can't just be a financial decision. It's got to be part of the equation, but it can't be the sole driver in your decision. Probably the next surprise is just better life balance. I have much more time to spend with my family, much more time to spend doing the things that I enjoy doing. Of course, yeah, we've still got to maintain the RV, we've still got to maintain the truck, so you've got those routine tasks that you got to take care of, but it's a better balance. Before, when I was working, I didn't have the time to take care of the truck myself. I didn't have time to do the work on the RV myself. I would have to pay somebody to do that type of work or maintenance for me. But now that I've got more time, more freedom, it allows me to have a better work-life balance. My wife and I joked when I was working that we would try to have Friday date nights, after work. Try to do that a couple times a month. Now I can have date night every night with my wife. So, I'll leave it to her to give you an idea if she likes that or not. Maybe I'm around too much. But right now, I'm out here doing what I want to do. She's inside taking care of what she needs to get taken care of. So we do have that separation of time. But overall, our life balance, I think, is much better now in early retirement. Okay, so our eighth surprise that we really come to realize was that our spending, our finances, our budget is much lower than we expected. When you're making that decision of early retirement, you wonder, all right, how much money am I going to need to have to live on? Is my standard of living going to increase or decrease? How much do I have to have set aside each month to make ends meet? And surprisingly to us, even during this time of high inflation, increasing gas prices and food, we're still able to save money. We're still able to do those events or activities that we like to do. We're not living paycheck to paycheck. We're not having to pinch our pennies. But that's to say that we are still managing our money. We're still being wise with our money, but we're still able to save money to set aside for that rainy day, or for those other expenses and or purchases that we want to make in the future. So that's been a pleasant surprise for us, is that we're still able to save money. So our 10th surprise that we've realized is that of our retirement fears have really proven to be unfounded. When we were making a decision on whether or not we should retire in our 50s, of course, finances were probably at the top of the list of things that we were considering. Do we have enough money to retire comfortably? Are we going to be able to live the lifestyle that we want? And are we going to be able to have enough money for the long haul? Because I hope to live another 20 or 30 years. Like I said, I'm in my mid-50s. But surprisingly, all of those fears that we're worried about have so far proven to be unfounded. I've already touched on our finances, already touched on our ability to continue saving. But those are only a small part of our decision for early retirement. It was much more about the quality of life we wanted to have, the ability to travel, the ability to see family and friends more freely, and just have that freedom that we desired after working a long career of over 30 years in the military. So guys, that's it. Those are our top 10 surprises for early retirement. I just wanted to share that with you. please, if you have any questions or comments, please leave those in the comment section below. If you haven't already done so, please consider liking and subscribing to our channel. It really helps us out. It lets us know if we're providing the content that is interesting to you, and also that comment and thumbs up on the algorithm is very helpful, and it lets YouTube know that the content we're providing is enjoyed by many viewers. So again, if we don't see you soon, we'll see you down the road.